it's for someone, right? So I like to make sure that at least for the stuff that I feel confident should be or will be good, even if it's not to my tastes, I try to share widely. That said, I also try to do it with people that I know and trust to a degree. Like I've backed their stuff in the past, or
you'll know the through.
yeah, yeah, right. Like exactly. I don't want to say, "Hey, go throw your cash at this guy," and
Yeah.
then for one we were talking about that never fulfills it. Like, and then
Yeah.
I'm the one that sent you there. You know,
Is he friend? All right.
yeah, right. Like I don't want that reputation of somebody who, because I'm sure you must get people who reach out to you all the time saying, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And it's like, I'm always willing to answer a question to help where I can, but there's limits to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't, without knowing someone well enough or whatever, I can't just be like, yeah, like come into the fold. I'll trust you entirely. Like, no, man, there's a rapport that has to be built, so
Yeah, that happened to me a few, not as often to me, but like, I have people, like my thing is I only do reviews. So I won't promote your comic, I'll review your comic. That's the most I can do.
yeah.
And I've had people hit me up. One guy sent me like 5 pages of unfinished comics. Like, can you promote it? Like, I only do reviews.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you want me to post 5 pages? Like, I can't do anything with this. I thought he wanted feedback, but they wanted me like to review, to like promote it. I was like, I can't. Like, there's really nothing I can do with this.
Yeah,
And
right. Like,
yeah.
and
So
it's not a simple like, and then what? Like, so I'm gonna put my name out
yeah.
for you, and then what am I getting in return? Like just good vibes, or
Yeah. And sometimes people want me to retweet stuff. I used to retweet earlier when I started on Twitter.
Sure, sure.
But I don't really like doing that because I don't know if your comic's bad, but if your comic doesn't come through or something that people don't like,
Sure.
I want my site to be as not bipartisan. You know what I mean?
Like
I can't think
legitimate.
of the word. Yeah, not legit, but like not picking a side. What's the term? I can't think of the term, but like neutral. I'm trying to say
Neutral,
neutral.
neutral. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just want to give you a straight review.
Mhm.
Not saying, hey, you should read it because I like it. Like, no, that's why I made a supported campaigns page on my site.
Yeah.
So you can see I'm buying this comic too.
Sure,
So
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm saying, hey, go buy it. I'm buying it. So if you
That's
want to
like
buy it
full
too,
disclosure. Yeah.
yeah, I'm buying it. Like every campaign on there, I'm paying money for. So
Right on. But you're still trying to be objective about it,
yeah,
Not like
so
I
I'm putting
like
up
this
on
comic
it.
because I put my money in it. It's like, no, I like this comic because it did this well or whatever, right? Yeah, I appreciate that. That's the right way to do it. And I like the transparency. I like that you're like, look, I did back this.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like the people in the reviews of like books and stuff, and they're like, just to let you know, I got a copy of this for free. Now let me tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it makes a difference. It colors the review pretty much, because okay, you're coming at it from a little bit of a different angle, right?
Yeah.
You're not a fan, or you're not whatever, or maybe you're
Mm-hmm.
incentivized to write the review so you're not feeling it. I don't know, right? But
Mm-hmm.
context matters. It really does.
Yeah.
So
I, yeah, I do mention when I get free comics. I do mention in the reviews. I say I received a review copy for free. I haven't my reviews have been closed lately
mhm.
because I have so much other comics to review.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, I reviewed like 8 comics in the last 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
how?
because
Sorry, go ahead.
no, that's
Oh, I was gonna say, how far ahead do you like? We're talking in March. This will
mm-hmm.
air in June, July. How far ahead are you working when you're doing the reviews?
Oh, depends on how many new comics I get. Because I just told you I reviewed a bunch of free ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Out of all free ones, I reviewed 90 last year. I've only uploaded, I think, 20.
Oh wow. So you've got like
70.
backlog for
Yes.
forever.
And I just got, I backed a campaign. You're American Yakuza.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just backed the third one, sent free comics. I was so mad. So now I got like 10 more free comics to review.
You feel obligated, eh? Or it's like I have
Yes.
to.
Yeah. So, but right now I'm only doing new, so I'm set for this week, next week, and till Wednesday. So next week, then week after Wednesday, and I'm done with the new comics.
Nice.
And then I'll start throwing the free ones on there.
Nice.
So that's how I would do it.
Right on. So yeah, you're never like under the gun that like, oh no.
No, especially now with all these free comics, there will always be a comic.
Nice.
Review.
So I'm saying now you got to start doing video or something to get out. Expand the empire here.
Yeah, I might.
I will say that video, it does. So for this podcast, we get dozens of viewers, dozens who watch the long form. We get thousands and thousands who watch the shorts. It's like night and day, man. Like, I get it. People don't want to sit for an hour and listen to us yammer on, but like just the reach it has, even in terms of like the people that have subscribed are getting the long form and they're checking it out, and we appreciate you and love you guys for doing it. But all the new people, you typically come from the shorts because it's just showing up in your feed, right? So it's worth doing if you want to like kind of expand your base. That said, yes, it's a bit of effort.
Nah, I hear you, because I have a bunch of those unboxing videos. I could just chop them up and make a little quick short or something to point to the site. Yeah, I might do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea, right? It's
yeah.
That's what we do here. We chat for a couple hours. I get 2 long form episodes, but I get like 40 shorts out of it. You know?
Yeah.
I just find like what was interesting, an interesting snippet, the 30 seconds of our chat, and I throw that up as a short, and those do gangbusters. Like, people usually find us on there. I don't know if this conversation is going to be a short, but most people find us on the shorts. So I recommend it if you're trying to kind of like expand your base and that. But I think you're doing the right thing in terms of your website with the email and that, because email is king. Like, as great as the shorts and all that are, you're just a face that people are like zooming past, right? Where
there are not a lot of people on the email.
Relationship almost. So highly recommend.
There are not a lot of people on the email though. That's like not a lot of people. There are not a lot of people on the email. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Like, yeah, I thought it'd be more because everyone subscribes to everything. Yeah, so I assumed it'd be more, but like not really. But that's why I started going on. At first, I didn't have a Twitter or anything, and I started getting a Twitter around 2022.
Okay,
I think. Yeah, and I started doing Twitter.
You came right as it was thinking.
Yeah, started doing Blue Sky, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Because my whole goal, the reason I started the site was because I wanted to get into writing. Right. I wanted to start this writing period. And because I wanted there's a comic campaign. I got burned on comics by this point. This is after I first started buying on Kickstarter. I already got burned a few times. There's a new comic coming out, and I didn't have much money. So I was like, is this a good comic? I looked up reviews, no reviews. I said, why didn't no reviewing them? I said, oh, I'll start reviewing them. And now I'm here.
Now you're the...
But, yeah, I'm glad. I was looking around like no one else consistently reviews crowdfund indie comics. I do review the big ones, like the Coffin, maybe some of those, but like not the little. I won't say little people, but you know what I mean, like the unknown ones.
The startups. Yeah.
So my goal is like to get eyes on indie comics, because like we talked about, people take forever, not forever, but like a while to make a new issue. If you have more backers and make more money, the issue will come out faster.
Yeah, exactly.
So more eyes, more comics, and you can find something. Well, most people can find something they like. Like this, I reviewed enough comics where there's something you'll like on there for anybody. If you like comics, you'll find something. Whether it's supernatural, a western, noir, sci-fi. I like cyberpunk too. Anything, you'll find it on there. Yeah. So, like, that was the goal, to get eyes on indie comics.
Yeah, man, it's great work you're doing too. And yeah, like you said, like, there's always the argument of like, oh, comics suck now. There's nothing out there. It's like, dude, you're not looking.
Yeah, I see it all the time. Big bro, go read indie. In my head, I call Kickstarter and stuff the super indies.
Sure, yeah.
Like, not the insult, but like when people think of, the big two, and like the second tier is like what, Image, Dark Horse, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't know what third tier would be, but like,
yeah, like a Mad Cave, or
yeah,
right?
yeah,
like
maybe
you were indie guys, right?
Yeah, And like some Kickstarter people have blown up into like they moved a step above because they have like a company now.
Sure, yeah.
Like it's like Coffin, Merc Publishing, they moved up and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to help indie people who get my eyes on indies because there's good comics there. People don't know about them. And it's also publicity for the comics because sometimes people on Kickstarter make comics and then they disappear. Like there's nothing else about them. But when I make a review, it stays up a little longer, especially if you can buy it. People can buy it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's definitely like that's the thing about crowdfunding, right? It's very much like a flash in the pan kind of thing. Like you get a month and it's like nonstop and you're everywhere and you're on all the podcasts and you're talking and you're everywhere and then the campaign ends in silence.
The radio silence. Yeah.
Months of silence or whatever, depending on how quick you are. The only way that you get attention again, it's why I'm trying to like speed up my rotation of campaigns. It's because that's the only time that anybody's paying attention is when I have a live campaign, right? So, and it's hard to continually launch. I'm trying it, but I'm a psycho, so it's not something I would recommend for everyone because it's a lot. It's a lot. I have, again, I have certain advantages. I have, I work from home and I don't have children, so I got time. Not everybody's in the same position, so it's not a reasonable expectation for people to be constantly launching stuff. But that's how you. So that's why something like your site is so important because like it gives everything a second life.
Yeah,
as long as they're set up to accept a second life, like you said.
That's what kills me.
Something for me to send you to.
Just sell it. I wish I could tell them because I talked to Concrete like. Make you sell the digital. I know the physical takes work. You got to ship all that stuff. Just the digital, at least. Because someone buys it, they'll tell their friends.
Exactly. Even if they share it, like that's the honest truth. Like it's you want to make money on every sale. Even again, like I was complaining about Global Comics at the beginning of our conversation because you make like 12 cents an issue. But I'd almost like prefer that you just read it. And like appreciate it, and maybe you'll come back in the future. Like I'd rather, we had a conversation with Chris O'Hara at Bentbox. Again, back in time this aired, but which
I've read some from Bentbox. I don't remember what they made. Something
they made Artificial. And
did they make an anthology? I feel like they made an anthology.
They must. Man. I guess we're going to be upset now.
Noir from Bentbox.
You've certainly read their stuff. They've been around. And so they go fully like altruistic about it, where they're like, look, like you want to read it for free, like just tap us on the shoulder and we'll throw it at you. They're like extreme. But the thing that Chris said was like he'd rather pay $10 and get like a fan out of it than just have like a customer, right? Like he doesn't want to make $5 off you. He'd rather pay you 10 in the form of a comic, but now you're in his like circle and maybe you help him in the future. It's I love the idea. Sean Daly, I don't know if you know him. He does a lot of, he's from Toronto, but he does a lot of indie stuff. He says the same thing. He's like, you should be giving stuff away to bring people in. Like the whole point is gaining that trust to get people in the door. So I feel the same way. Like you said with the digital, if it gets someone to talk about you to their friend and maybe whatever, they say, here's my tablet, read it. Like, I don't care. They're reading it. If that's another fan for the future, cool, right? Like, I'll sacrifice that $5 digital sale if it means that you got their friend on board for the next one. So it's all about the long game. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's expensive. It's trying at times, but you have to think of it that way. You have to think of it like, it's one thing if you're coming to do your one comic that you've dreamed up your whole life and then you want to disappear. Sure. Then I understand why you're about maybe people should be in that. But if you're here to be here, then you got to think of it like you're collecting fans on the way, right? If that means $1 digital edition, like don't leave those people by the wayside just because it's like, well, I want to make $30 off them or nothing,
Yeah.
Like
something is better than nothing.
Win.
Like I know a bunch of people. Well, since I've been going back reviewing these free comics, A lot are like from 2020, and some of them are 2019. Some of them are old.
Yeah.
And when I go on their site to look up how to buy them, some of them have the first issue for free, digital.
Mm-hmm.
So I put that on, and I have a tag for free comics. It's free, and then when I put them on Reddit and stuff, I say, hey, you can get it for free. So now maybe 10 people will get it,
Yeah.
and they might be the second one. Who knows?
Right. That's
Yeah.
the idea, though. You want to get people in. Who's the one? I know you've reviewed his books. Matt Garvey. He
Gangsters versus Nazis. Yeah.
Yeah, if he's allowed to call it that, I don't know. He has that legal trouble recently.
I changed the title like 2 or 3 times. I was trying to. I was getting the updates. I was changing it with every update. Like, all right, versus that.
Actually, hold on. I'm talking to the guy
Did,
again.
I think he has it back because I changed it.
Yes.
Whatever. I messaged him like, "What is it now?"
Yeah. That was an unfortunate thing that you went through. But yeah, but he's always been super generous too, right? And it's like, hey, you know what? Like he did I brought a hammer to hell. He's like, here's the
I read you. I reviewed that.
Yeah.
I was free. Number 1 was free. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Because he just like put it out there, right? Like I backed the first one, and yeah, like I backed it digitally, and then he gave it out for free, and I was a little bit cheesed about it, but it's all good. But then, but I'm afraid
if it's a long time between them. If I pay for it now and you make it free tomorrow, all right.
That's right.
Look, 6 months. All right.
There's a window. There's a window. I think. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the same with like books and stuff. Like I don't know if you're a big like just prose reader, but like there's cycles that things go through. So they'll go on like Kindle Unlimited for 3 months, and then they go wide, and then they become free on like BookBub for a week, and so there's like cycles. But it's like if it's you just charge me $20 and then next week it's free, not happy, you know. So there's definitely a way to do it. But that said, yeah, the more people you can get under your tent, the better, right? Without making people feel betrayed in doing so.
Yeah.
Immediately throwing stuff out there for free. But yeah, I think, like I said, like I showed you with the digest copy of Stay Cool and that, like it's about trying to show. Like, you have to cut through the noise, you know. Like you have to show people that you're serious about this and you can tell a story, and you know, there's more out there than just Batman. Again, I love that.
Yeah,
it's all good, but you know, like there's more out there.
I never got into DC and other stuff.
No,
because my whole journey with comics is we used to go to the library and remember the book creator DK, like they make those. They had some big old like huge books about like Batman, all his villains and all his allies.
Yeah,
they had one about Superman. They had one about the X-Men, Hulk, and I want to say Spider-Man. I used to read those. And one day my brother had got Crisis on Infinite Earths from the library, and I read all my books, and I was like, I'm bored, so I read the whole thing. Without, I knew about the characters from like Teen Titans and all that stuff, but I never, so I read the whole thing. I was like, all right. I didn't read any comics until I saw Watchmen.
Okay.
I saw Watchmen the movie. I was going to watch it when I was younger, but my mom didn't let me. Dad was in college. I was like, I can watch it now. Saw Watchmen.
Yeah.
I read the comic. Then I saw Sin City. Read the comic. Sin City is my favorite. I got the big book. That's the big heavy book.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah. I read V for Vendetta. Watched that. And then I got on Comixology. Was reading that forever. Then Comixology went down, and after that went down, that's when I went to Kickstarter.
Right on.
Cause I started ads for it. Like I started see ads on Instagram. So let me go to Kickstarter. Start buying them, and here I am.
Right on. So you've never had the like LCS experience, the
Nope.
Wednesday Warrior. Interesting.
I didn't buy my first comic from a store. I think it was like last year. This is a comic store here where I live. That was the first time I've been to a comic store, and it was the first time I bought a comic in a comic store. I don't remember what it was.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's wild, man.
Yeah.
That's a very unusual path, but I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder. I wonder from so this is like an outsider's perspective then. Like, how do you feel about comic stores and the way all that stuff runs. Like, do you think it's a viable business? Do you think it's helping or hurting? I have an opinion, but I want to hear yours first.
Well, I think I want to say unique. We need comic stores because people want physicals. I'm not a really physical guy. If I like it, I'll buy it physical. But every now and then I bought some comics and some floppies and stuff. But I feel like some people like the whole stuff in their hands. So I think we need it for those people.
Sure, sure.
But I don't think it seems hard to find big two or second tier comic companies digital comics. Like outside of Humble Bundle, when I go on their site, I don't really see them.
Yeah, I see
So,
that.
so I don't mind. I think we need comic stores. I don't know how lucrative they are because the one down here in Alabama I go to, they sell like all the paints for the miniatures and all the games. It's like a nerd store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, that's as much as I know about comic stores. So I can.
Oh no, that's fair. I was curious from the outside how you felt about it, right? Given that you don't really go in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of hit on the point without realizing it, I guess, is as much as the stores, they feel like they need to exist because where would you get comics otherwise? But I think that's part of the problem. It's they've become
I get it.
such a niche thing that you have to go to the store where they are sold. And then you're not sold them unless you go to that specific store where they are sold. Like we're never going back to the days of the newsstand where you would go to the grocery store and it's on the shelf or cool or pickup, never coming back. However, I think that's what's limiting even the digital end of things, because when Comixology first came out, like they were, I don't know if you remember back, like because Apple kind of ruled the day, and their thing was everything's $1 on the App Store, and so they were trying to enforce the same with digital comics, where it's like digital comics should be $1. Why not? Right? And then I think it was Robert Kirkman that said, like, I don't want to sell my books for $1. They should be $3 when we do sales. But even $3 now would feel like a deal. But that was the idea. And then that and the stores kind of freaked, the same stores that I'm saying may have been part of the problem, freaked out. And then now we have this thing where the digital costs as much as a physical copy. So someone who isn't in comics, who doesn't know what global comics isn't going to pay for a subscription, right? Doesn't get the book. You know what I mean? Like they don't know where to find it. Like you have to be into comics to go looking.
Yeah, you have a strong point because I'm on. You're on Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the comic books Reddit or the comics, whichever one's the big one. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And every time people talk about, is there a place you can read comics like Comixology, and people say global comics, people don't know about global. People sound surprised every time that they really don't know about global comics.
Right.
Like, so I don't know if I don't say their advertising is bad, but I mean, I don't know if people aren't talking about it like that. I don't know. Maybe because it's not a big name above it like Amazon and Comixology.
Exactly, right? I think that's it. I think like Comixology had the like first movers advantage, and even just at the time when they came out, like there were only so many apps and whatever, right? Like so it wasn't so confusing. Like you want comics, Comixology was the answer. It was like a very direct thing. And then Amazon bought them and it pumped them up even more before they destroyed it for whatever reason.
That talking about Comixology, the downfall. First up, I don't know why they did that. They want to sell. They want to sell books off Kindle, or I don't know what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it got merged into Kindle Unlimited and Kindle right now, but it's like, they just ruined it entirely.
But there are so many people I followed who would make weekly updates to comics, and I would buy them for $1.
Yeah,
and then they stopped, and I was like, and when I say stopped, I mean like I've looked up these artists' names online on Google, everything, cannot find them. I wish someone would tell these people about Kickstarter because they could just drop all those on there,
right?
Or something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is what kills me. And they're still doing. You know what's weird? They're still doing good books on there. There's a few, like Scott Snyder did a few a couple years ago. So if you have like Prime, you get those books for free and all that, which is pretty cool. All that said, what we're talking about, like it's a shell of what it used to be. Like it's not nearly the same. It's basically like just an extension of the Amazon bookstore, which is fine, but not like you took away something that was working, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand maybe they don't want to be in the business because comics in general is already a small business, and
Yeah.
then you're spinning it off into digital, and like most folks don't read digitally, so it's even smaller section of a small business.
Mm-hmm.
All fine, I get that. That's fine, but then like spin off Comixology, sell it. I don't know, do something instead of like just smothering it to death like they did. Right? Like
Yeah.
you could have just said, okay, you know what? Like this is business isn't for us. We're gonna sell it to this like startup company and they're gonna take it all on. All your books are with them or something. Right? And instead we got this weird like it just they snuffed it out slowly and sorry, um Global Comics is trying to take the place of it, but like it's not Amazon. They don't
Yeah.
have Amazon money to get their name
Yeah.
out
But
there.
that must be part of the problem with like talking about how much you make off a read, like
Uh-huh.
cents off a read. If global comics is clearly isn't big, like well known,
Yeah.
besides like insiders or whatever. If it was big like Amazon, they might be able to switch like a comicsology type of format where you get
Yeah.
the first one's free. Like they aren't big enough.
Yeah, or
Like
even
that might.
subscriptions would
Mhm.
work in that scenario. You know, like if you have thousands upon thousands of people there that could potentially swing through your book, then it's worthwhile. But we're talking about, again, a handful of us that are aware of global comics reading these books, you know, so it's tough. Like yeah, it's very upsetting. It's very upsetting because we had something that worked perfectly
Yeah,
fine. All
I
right.
love comicsology.
It was
Like
great. It was great. Yeah,
you download the comic to your tablet or whatever. That's why I bought a tablet because of comicsology.
yeah.
And, I read so many comics on there, like Red Sonja. I was thinking about reading Invincible. This is when they kept promoting it way before the show. They kept promoting it. I was like,
Oh yeah.
I might read that. Then no, never got the chance.
Right? And I think like people are starting to get it now, but at the time when Comixology came out, people thought, well, if they're gonna read all the books digitally, then they'll never come into the store and buy it. But I feel like it does the opposite. At least personally, I don't know about you, but it's like
No, yeah,
right,
because
like go
there's
ahead.
a Western comic called The Bouncer.
Hmm.
That's on my list of stuff to buy. I think I've read Black Sad. You know Black Sad.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I've Black Sad's on. I got the Black Sad physical. Like if I like a comic, I'll buy a physical.
that's right.
So anything right up there that I like, except for Europe comics, and that's a whole other thing because they shut down. That's another thing. But yeah,
Yeah,
if I like it and I can find it physical, I'll buy it.
yeah, right. Like I like having, and it's something I've been wrestling with myself because so I am one of those like Wednesday warrior guys. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I go to the store all the time and I buy the floppies and all that stuff, but I don't do it nearly as much as I used to or as much as I want to. And I'm like an older dude relative to the people that they should be getting into it. You know, like they want like kids reading it, and kids aren't spending $7 on 20 pages or 24 pages. You know, there's like, so I think the like I don't know if you've seen the DC Digest books that have come out.
I
They're
don't think
like
I
same
have.
size, like they're the small ones, but it's like the full story. So you get like all of Court of Owls, like 100 and something pages of Court of Owls, and it's $10.
That's too small for me.
Fair, yeah. Well, that's for young eyes, man.
I guess.
But you know what I mean. But that's the idea. Like $10, you're getting this full story. It's not economical. Like again, DC can do it because Warner Brothers is backing them. But it's the idea of like you have to find a way to get people reading so that they'll spend those bigger things. So now, like you mentioned, you know, I have these like absolute. I have like I just bought Superman for all seasons for like $130, and it's like the big, like really big one. I would go get it, but it's across the basement. But you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I love that book so much. I already own it in a different format that I'm like, no, like I want this like on my shelf, and I want to be able to like look at it and like flip through the giant pages. And I'm not gonna do that for every book, but I'm gonna do it for the ones I really love. So
Yeah.
it's you know, there's other ways to get people in the tent, and I feel like to get back to the conversation about the stores, I feel like the way that we have worried about the stores being successful And keeping that model from the 90s going has prevented us from making any strides in doing anything a new way, right? And meeting people where they're at. Like, people would prefer to read digitally, I think, in the right scenario, right? People my age maybe less so, but I feel like the younger set, again, I prefer to read digitally, but maybe I'm young at heart. But you know what I mean? Like, people like to read digitally. People don't want to have long boxes in their basement all around them. Yeah.
I got a long box right here. I'm about to make a wooden one because I don't like the floppy kind.
Nice.
I'm doing something because I don't buy floppies. This Kickstarter doesn't count because I like to buy TPBs or
Yeah.
graphic novels. That's what I prefer. That's why I normally wait for it to finish.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't like buying floppies because I'll wait for it to finish. But I don't really like waiting for it to finish only for the fact that if the creator doesn't sell enough, then it's not going to finish.
Exactly, right? So that's the thing. The whole business model is predicated on this way that we've done it in the 90s, which is, we look at the floppy sales month to month, and maybe, oh man, like, this book is not selling the way we thought. We're going to shorten the series, or we're going to whatever. And it's like, maybe it's just people trade waiting, man. Like, maybe if you finished the story, people would have checked it out. So it's, yeah, like, I don't know how you change it, because you have to basically upend an entire industry. That's asking a lot, but I feel like, yeah, like, this slow decline we're feeling is because of that, because we're trying to hold on to something that doesn't exist anymore. It's the music industry upset that CDs aren't a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, people have moved on. Stop trying to sell me CDs. Like, it's not going to happen. You have to change your business model a little bit. But like, yeah, comics being smaller, those people have such a louder voice, so it kind of holds us all back. But all that said, I love my local comic shop, but I truly do. But I think, yeah, like, it's you have to be creative about how you do it. It's more about the experience of comics than me going in on a Wednesday and picking up comics, right? Like, one of my favorite shops is up north here in Newmarket, and it's like, I go there for the vibes, man. Like, I go there to have a beer and to chat comics with people and to, like, sit down and, like, meet other creators and all that kind of stuff. It's an experience, and then I can also buy some comics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it.
Is it Noble for comics?
What's that?
The Barnes and Noble for comics?
Oh, yeah. Like, that's where like, you need to get people in, and not just to
That probably would work.
and leave.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy.
Make an experience.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. I totally get it. Why people may not be able to sustain a business and pay rent based on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't see how this business grows without something like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that it's necessarily shrinking, but is it growing? I don't think it's growing. Not so much, at least, right? So,
well, it might be growing only because all these new shows about comics, like Invincible and stuff like that, it's making people want to read the source material.
True. No, and I think that's part of it too, right? Like, so you've watched Invincible, you're like, hey, I want to check it out. Where can I find it? It's like, well, you have to go find that weird store somewhere in your, if you have one. That's and it's not like it's easily found. Like, again, now you have to have someone who's like, so James Gunn, for one, I'll say, like, he's been really great at saying, hey, like, you like this trailer, check out these comics. Like, we need more of that kind of thing going on, right? Where it's like, this is based on something. Like, if you want to, you know what I mean? You want to see this? Go see their comic. Like, there's so many movies out there that are based off comics that, like, aren't hero comics, but, like, movies that are based off comics that you'd have no idea. Like, the Robert Zemeckis, Tom Hanks. Have you seen that one? It's like Tom Hanks, like, in a room, and it's just him in a room, and it's like through time. What's it called? Here? It's like it's very artsy fartsy. I totally get it.
I heard about it. I don't think I've seen it.
I haven't seen it myself. I've seen the trailer, but nonetheless, that was based off a comic, right? That's the main point I'm getting.
Yeah, some people, maybe it's mostly older folks, I guess, look down on comics as a medium.
Yeah,
because it's for kids. It's like looking down on cartoons saying it's for kids.
Right.
I think people say that, like, just because it's drawn does not mean it's for kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, some people just will never accept it, and other people just don't know how to get into it. That's why it makes me sad sometimes.
Yeah.
When I see people on Kickstarter and stuff with campaigns that seem interesting, but they're just selling it terribly.
Mm-hmm.
Like the campaign is terrible. It's like, come on, like, and they don't get this, they don't get funded. And it's like, if only you had done this, if only you had done that.
It's a different skill. Kickstarter has its own ecosystem too, right? Like there's a way to do it. It may not seem like it, but there's definitely like there's an order of operations, and there's things like you mentioned earlier. If you look at a campaign and it doesn't have at least a couple completed pages for you to
Yeah,
get
and I see interior.
right? Like you're not gonna back it, and that's legitimate. It's like, yeah, you've got to show people what you're offering, right? Like a complete, like, colored lettered page. Like you have to have something done to show people. You can't just be like, well, I'm thinking about it, or
Yeah,
this is what it might look like. No, show me what
or
I'm buying.
this is my artist, and this is some of his art, not for this comic, just art he did. And like,
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, right. So like those campaigns are like immediate, like, oh, I'm sorry, bud. Like if you couldn't be bothered to put a campaign page together, that at least like answer some questions I might have before we get there, you know? Then what are we doing here,
Yeah. Like I made an article about 2 years, maybe last year, I don't know, about crowdfund campaign critiques and like what you should do from consumer's point of view. I don't know how the nitty gritty, I don't know how that works, but like from my point of view, stuff you should do. I had like, have colored, I mean not colored, but I have comic pages finished. And one of the things I said was, don't say your comic is part of a large media empire, like a movie or something. So when you say that, I know for sure your comic's not getting done.
Yeah.
I know, like 100% it's not getting done.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, you're like looking past the goal, right? You're like just your goal should be getting me a completed comic in my hands within a reasonable amount of time. That's it. If all that other stuff is like what you're dreaming of, like when you don't get there, I may never get my comic. Because like, yeah, there's a reason why these like things exist and that you can count them on one hand. These like massive whatever universes, like there's only a handful for a reason, because it takes time and effort. DC couldn't even do it with their movies, right?
Yeah.
If Warner Brothers can't figure it out, what are you gonna do with no money and your one buddy for your crowdfunding campaign? Like it's just, your eyes are bigger than your stomach at that point. But you're right, that's like an immediate red flag, where it's like, this is the beginning of a, it's like, no, just tell me what comic I'm purchasing today. That's all I care about. Right?
Yeah. And there was one problem. I only had it with one company, and I messaged them about it. I think, honestly, I'm not saying they changed because of me, but I messaged them. They would drop physical issues in their campaign, but they didn't get digital for free. And I feel like if you if I pay for physical, give me digital for free. Like, they'll really pay for both.
Yeah, right. Like it's usually, you're right. The convention is that you stack it. That it's like digital's first tier, second tier is physical and digital, and then third tier is 2 covers and digital.
One company, they only had physical or digital, and I had messaged them. I said, I got a physical, no digital. I messaged them, why I didn't get digital? And said, oh, you couldn't pick one or the other. And I said, I didn't say it was stupid. I might have used like
you implied it.
I said, like, come on, what are we doing? And like every campaign they do after that, well, like maybe one after that, they always have physical and digital. Like everyone does that. If you don't do that, I'm some side eyeing you, because I don't know. Everyone else is physical and digital. If you don't do it, why?
Yeah. Well, it's like
it's costing you. Like it's a digital.
Yeah, it's like we talked about, right? There's conventions and there's ways to do things, and there's certain expectations that have been set on Kickstarter. Like a digital is going to be $5 to $8 depending on how many pages are there, right? And that is included because you've gone up a tier, not that it is a different tier with something, usually it's the tier stack. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's definitely conventions you need to follow and all of
Yeah.
that. And that's a big one for sure.
That's why I don't know if someone should make, or there should be like a guidebook of basic Kickstarter, like basic on an etiquette, but like basic things. If you're making a Kickstarter for comics, you need to do these 10 things or whatever.
Yeah. Not to toot my own horn. I have a video of that. So I've done a couple talks at Thought Bubble and TCAF, talking about exactly that. Like, is this your first campaign? Here's what you should do when you put your campaign together. So I've done that. Matt Garvey, I think, his YouTube is pretty good for that kind of stuff. I don't know the last time he's updated it, but it's still mostly relevant. And then Killtopia guy, Dave Cook, he put together a little book about the same thing, about like, here's the things that you should do. So it's out there, it's available, but I think like Kickstarter proper should probably have that too.
Yeah, because I see campaigns. I look every Saturday. I'm scrolling. I'm saying, if you do this and this, you'd probably get funded. I see like they might have like $100 out of 2,000 with 10 days left. I'm like, if you did these things right, you might get funded because it looks interesting, but you're not gonna get it because
right. You're missing some fun pieces.
And it's not like I'm not and anyone watch. I'm not saying like in a petty way. I'm saying like, well, if people saw interiors, they would like it. If people knew what the story was, they would like. If you didn't have like it all, like some people have no synopsis.
Yeah,
it's like go straight to pictures. I'm like, how am I supposed to know what this is about?
Yeah, exactly.
You
right.
Have no context, and some people only offer physical stuff. I never got that. That just confused me.
Yeah, exactly. Right, and it's like exactly.
It's like a lot of little things. It's like a lot of little things. I'm like,
yep.
It's like you need like a big brother or someone to like, hey, just do this. Like little nudges.
Yeah, right. No, it makes a lot of sense. It's All right. With all that said, looks like Roberto's done.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So let's finish this comic. It looks there's a few times I wanted to interrupt and say like, this looks amazing, but it looks
like they shot of him in the bottom middle.
Yeah, like you've outdone yourself. It's I don't know how you do this in such a short amount of time, but it looked amazing, dude.
Focus.
Yeah.
That's what I don't talk.
It doesn't look like this, so respect. All right, so how do you want to do this, Benjamin? Do you want to type? Do you want me to type? How are we gonna? Let's talk some logistics before we talk about.
Okay.
And we'll just throw some dialogue in the chat. But yeah, I think we're gonna go with like caption, like rectangles, right? Like,
yeah.
Narration. So throw me your Noir. Do your best Noir voice here.
The first panel, he could be saying something like 4 days and I still can't find her, or something like that. Or like this, like it's been a while. He's been looking for this woman.
Yeah, or maybe do we up that 4 weeks? It's been 4 weeks.
For
4 weeks.
4 weeks since, and still no trace.
Until, right? Yeah.
4 weeks or something like that.
How do we Noir that up a bit? Before cold.
Yeah. That's the main thing I love about Noir. It's how descriptive they get. Like it's almost like puns, but it's like so descriptive.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's been 4 cold, dreary weeks. Dreary weeks, and the trail. I used cold already. I need a different word.
Yeah.
It's been 4 cold, dreary weeks. It's been 4 miserable. Miserable? Yeah, that feels too hard.
Yeah.
Miserable, dreary weeks, and the trail has gone as cold as. Give me something. The trail's got as cold as last night's dinner. You got something? As cold as. My ex-wife's heart.
Yeah.
Cold is, I don't know, dog food on Christmas or something. I don't know.
Dog food on Christmas.
I assume it's cold. I know you got the food in there. That's us.
Oh, crap.
The dog dead?
No, I mean, at the can, I don't know. I ain't had a dog in a while.
Dog food on. Okay.
Maybe.
Feels like something dark implied in that. All right. So
Going to ice cream in July or something.
no, that'd be so.
I don't know. It has to be food. There's always one Noir with some food.
It's gotta be. It's okay. Maybe not the food. As cold as the trail's gone. As cold as
As a stare from my next girlfriend. No.
Oh, then we're going with the ex-wife's heart again.
Yeah, this is making me realize that Noirs aren't happy. You never read watch that happy.
Right? That's what we're leaning into.
Even the endings don't ever be happy. They're like, I guess. All right.
I'm searching. I'm doing something silly. What are examples of cold objects? These are all garbage. Okay. Cold synonyms.
Cold.
Wintry. Okay, maybe it's a location. Like it's gone as cold as a Minnesota winter or something.
Maybe a situation like cold as harsh through after a sweet kiss, or I don't know. Something
Yeah.
darling.
Yeah, right. I keep wanting to lean on like the woman. As cold as a mother-in-law's glare.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. As cold as a Thanksgiving turkey.
Thanksgiving leftovers.
Thanksgiving. Okay, done.
Quarter than Thanksgiving, like leftover.
Yeah, that works. I'm gonna go with it. It's colder than Thanksgiving leftovers. Yeah, it's been 4 miserable, dreary weeks, and the trail has gone colder than Thanksgiving leftovers until so the second panel, do we go with just the until?
Or it could be like, wait, they can't be. Well, she can't be. Are you surprised? Or it could be. All I know is the third panel has to be describing what's happening because they love doing that in Noir.
Oh yeah.
Like she throws it on her cup.
Yeah,
makes
or
for the
like
door.
she throws her cup as though she's seen a ghost waiting with the check or something like that.
I go after her in the rain.
Yeah.
I barely got the card.
Those ones are easy. I think we need a good one for the second one. Like there's like until is the easy one, but I feel like there's a like we got our opening long one, and then it becomes so the cold has gone colder than Thanksgiving leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
But things heat up. Or how do we say that? Like we need to flip it.
Yeah.
Like
She's drinking coffee.
All right, things heat up.
I feel like there's a coffee reference there. But it's warming up. But look who's warming up at a coffee.
Yeah. Before trail's gone colder than Thanksgiving leftovers until I nearly.
But like on recorded, things are heating up.
Yeah, right. Like it's got to be something like that, right?
Something heat.
Something heat, something warm, something blazing, searing. Dang. It's been 4 miserable, dreary weeks, and the trail had. You know what? I'm gonna correct that. Correct it. It's been 4 miserable, dreary week, and the trail had gone colder, warm, Thanksgiving leftovers. Dot until our eyes wash and heat up my till.
I'm back.
Welcome back. We're still wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heat up in a curry.
So correction would
Ignore my first two. The last one, I changed
Okay.
has to had, but I think that's what we're going with.
it's been
Yeah.
3 weeks and the trail has gone colder than Thanksgiving.
Keep leftovers. We went mildly silly with it. So now what we're trying to do is find a way to say that it heated. Now it's heating up, without being weird. Things heat up in a hurry. I don't like that. That's too blah. Until her eyes. No, until
But coffee this strong can heat anything up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
That could work.
I feel like it needs to be tweaked to be noirier.
Yeah. Coffee. Put a cup of Joe at this hour.
Man.
Cup of Joe at this hour. Can heat things up. Will heat things up. Heat things up. Cup of Joe at this hour can heat things up. Basically implies this is like
Heat any. Make it heat anything up.
anything up. Yeah. Well,
You see her and it's like, oh shoot.
okay, let's go with it. But a cup of Joe at this hour, heat anything up. All right. Then the third one was where we get into like straight up description because it's Noir.
That's what I love the most.
Yeah. So it's like, so you still got to play with the like,
Yeah.
the styling of it, right? So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
it won't just be like she runs. It's got to be like, yeah, like she runs. Like I'm a debt collector, the ghost of her landlord, the something weird.
They can never just talk straight.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like she runs like she owes me money, but that's not what I'm looking to collect or something like that. Or
Yeah.
yeah. She runs like
I'm here to collect her debts. Could you bring up debt?
yeah, right? Dude,
Like she has debts and I'm here to collect.
she runs. Like I'm yeah, she runs like she owes me money. She owes me money. And then I think that leads into the second one when she's outside. Because then you say she runs like she owes me money.
Wait, you want to throw in? She wants like she owes me money, but I want answers instead, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm thinking that goes in the one where the next panel, right? She runs
Yeah,
like she owes me money, but I'm here to
but
collect
I want answers
instead. Boom.
But I want yeah.
Well done. But I'm here to collect answers instead.
Yeah, if I wrote a Noir comic, I feel like the dialogue would be harder than anything.
Oh, in Noir, yeah, you have to like. The thing too is like we're writing this now. This is effectively a first draft. We'll look back at this probably when it airs and we'll be like, "Damn, should have gone with this." You just have to accept it. You're gonna come up with something better tonight when you're in bed.
Yeah.
But this is how it goes. And the worst is
Yeah.
you'll forget it in the morning. So you can't even write us and tell us about it. Okay, so we're on the car panel. What do we say here? Like she's a slippery one or something like that. Talking about the rain and she's running down the alley.
You want a car, so we gotta mention the car.
Yeah, or maybe it's like
I'm almost roadkill.
yeah, like yeah, maybe it's like she's a slippery one and nearly gets away because of this whatever this putz or this something along those lines. Gets away as I
She runs like a rabbit, but I almost become roadkill.
yes, love it. Say that again for me.
She runs like a rabbit, but I almost become roadkill.
Rabbit, but I almost become.
But I'm almost roadkill, or maybe that's faster.
Yeah,
That's better than become.
yeah, but I'm almost roadkill.
Yeah.
Excellent, well done. All right, she runs like a rabbit, but
I'm about to start writing a Noir comic now.
you're feeling inspired. Should it be okay? She runs like a rabbit, but I'm almost made roadkill, or I'm almost made roadkill, or I'm almost become roadkill, or I'm almost roadkill. Which is the one that sounds right?
Basically, but I'm the one who almost becomes roadkill.
But I'm almost the one. That feels wordy now.
No, wait. But I'm the one who almost became roadkill. Yeah, that's a lot of words.
We dragged it too much now. But I'm almost the roadkill. She runs like a rabbit, but I'm almost the roadkill. Yeah, okay. I think that works. Like the cadence works a little better there.
Yeah.
She runs like a rabbit, but I'm almost the roadkill. Yeah, that works. And there's some alliteration, rabbit roadkill. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
I like it. Well done. All right.
Okay, well, back to but I'm here to collect answers. We should take off instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She owes me money, but I'm here to collect the answers. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. What do we put in the one where he's around the corner? There, it's got to be like he's surprised or something, but we got to say it in a noir way.
You want to be surprised in the second to last panel?
Second to last panel, or even just like I should have known better, or I let
okay,
right. I let my head get whatever, or
I want to have more hope. Like I want him to come around that after the car, second to last panel. I want him to be like I'm finally about to get my answers. And
yeah. I like that. So like, yeah, he still has hope, and then the last panel is the one where he's like,
damn.
Yeah. I like that. Okay. So what do we put here? What's we need like a noir way to say that. How?
Weeks of work coming to an end, or finally about to come to an end.
Yeah, is it like this job isn't for everyone, but like some ask why I do this work.
Yeah, but he has to have that hope. He has to be hopeful. Like finally done with this.
Yeah.
And then, nope.
Yeah. Is it like maybe it's like
Are we do we have to wrap into the last person? we have to mention last person, or just a prompt.
Until you stop.
Oh no. Don't worry about that. But if you have some,
No, if I'm saying, cause I'm thinking that we gotta, if we can fit how it's the last person he sees, like these next two panels.
yeah. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's something like I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see like the it's like can't wait to see the warm side of my bed or something, or right, like basically like he's happy this is done and he's ready to like leave, and then we flip it to like that she's gonna be the last person I see. How do we say that? Or it's like, yeah, like I can't wait to see the man. Yeah, I don't know. A stiff drink and cold no pillow.
It could be like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know if it'll fit because these panels, but like
Sure.
you could say something like, the first person I saw today was, for example, my wife.
Mhm.
The last person I saw was her, or something like that.
Then we listen. Then we lose your hope in the end.
Yeah.
So maybe it's
No.
maybe it's
We'll go on the right. I mean, the next panels. I mean, it's like in this was chasing panel. He would say the first person I saw today was my wife. The next panel, he'd be like, the last person I saw was her. Talking about the girl with the gun.
So you're
I
saying
don't know if that works.
the second last panel? You'll say that?
The second last panel, he'll say the first person I saw today was my wife.
Yeah.
The last panel, he says, the last person I saw was her. I'm talking about the girl with the gun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How do we like?
It's like mention it, like running in the rain. Oh, now mistake by his wife.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know if that fits.
Yeah, it feels abrupt. But
Yeah.
maybe there's a way to do that.
This is why we need the other 20 pages of story.
Yeah, right. Like that cool. So okay, but like maybe
Let's see.
maybe it's like yeah, she runs like a rabbit, but I'm almost the roadkill. Maybe we play off that it's like he almost died,
Yeah.
right? So it's like talking about how luck usually goes his way.
Let's say that luck runs out. His luck ran out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, okay, here. So she runs like a rabbit. I'm almost the roadkill.
You can get lucky once, but not twice. And but not twice goes into the last panel.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can get lucky once, but not twice.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's go with that. I think that works. Okay. You can get lucky once. Do. But not twice. Or hold on. Do we say like in my experience? Or do we like preface you can get lucky once? Or I got lucky once? I feel like you.
Oh yeah, you didn't mention luck.
Yeah. Or do we? Oh, okay. She runs like a rabbit.
Say,
What's that?
people say you can get lucky once. You can say people say you get lucky once.
I wonder. So we mentioned the
Some-
rabbit in the third last panel. Do we say something about a rabbit's foot? Maybe that's the thing. Like, right? She runs like a rabbit. I'm almost the roadkill. It's like I'm about to collect my rabbit's foot, or something like that.
Mm.
Just play it off itself.
Or if maybe I come back to the first panel, something
The
like
turkey.
no, like
Turkey's done.
I thought this trail is gonna lead me to a cold body and
Yeah.
that cold body is mine. Or something.
Yeah. I like that. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this trail would lead me to a body. and it will, or and it
Yeah.
has,
It just might.
I just mad, yeah.
or and I was right.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with that. Let's go. So I thought this trail. Good job. Yeah, I like that because it loops the full beginning to the end. I thought this trail might
Or we
lead.
want to say case instead of trail.
Oh, because it said trail in the
Yeah,
first
we want to
panel, but
reuse it. We want to bring it full circle.
Okay, right,
Yeah,
right.
right. I thought this trail might lead to a body. Or I thought this trail would.
And
I
that,
don't want to say might twice. I thought
Yeah.
the trail would lead to a body.
and I was right.
Do we do? It looks like I was right. Or do we say?
Yeah. No, it looks like I was right.
Yeah, it looks like I was right. Done. Okay. Boom. We got it. Cool. I think we got a cool page.
yeah.
Noir's hard, man. Noir's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard on a first draft too, right? Because you want to be like really clever. So if I were writing this as like a proper comic, I would write it and then I would go away from it and then I would write it again and I'd go away from it and then the artist would draw it and then I'd go to letter it and I'd probably rewrite it again just because like you're always like, oh, there's a better way to do it. But I think all that said, we've done pretty well. Collaboration helps too, right? Because the bouncing of ideas definitely, it's like a live edit, But I think we did great. But man, Roberto, like you're killing me with these pages. Like they're so good this time. They're always good, but like this one, I don't know. It hit me. It's really great.
I was inspired today.
Yeah. I said it when we started. I said, this is like right up your alley, pun intended. But yeah, it shows. And like, yeah, you have a talent for noir tales here. So well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it helps that I've been packing our book that you did the cover for, the Big Smoke Pulp.
Yeah.
And I've been looking at your art all day as I put packages together. So it's like, oh, I'm
What?
feeling noir. Oh, so we put a book together. I'll show you. I have
Heard of it. Was it on Kickstarter?
It sure was. Yeah.
Okay. I've seen it. I don't remember.
You've seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
Too far behind me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roberto did the cover on that. It turned out excellent. So it looked really good. It looks especially good in hardcover, which I only did one time. I did it as an exclusive and it looks so nice. So you missed it if you didn't have package.
Yeah.
Got to do exclusive here and there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It depends on how many campaigns drop at a time, what's money looking like. Sometimes.
That's fair.
The
hardcover is like a premium experience too. It's not like it's not for everyone.
I've only have one hardcover, and that's the Great Gatsby.
Oh yeah.
They had I think it's Clover Press.
Okay.
They did a Kickstarter for it a while ago. I never read the Great Gatsby book or seen the movie, so I was like, well,
Right
I might as well read the comic.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's only physical. That's only hardcover physical.
Oh wow. Yeah. I thought you said you had the or did you get the omnibus? Since
No, I got the big book. No, I said okay. When I was saying hardcover, I meant crowdfund. I have other hardcovers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crowdfund.
I'm with you. Yeah, they're hard to come by in crowdfunding campaigns.
It'd be sad. Like Sin City has a bunch of none of the stories in Sin City are really happy.
Oh,
some
yeah.
Higher endings. They're all mostly sad.
Yeah, and Miller's like he had a very special skill in like not everything he does is amazing, but Noir's is definitely his like.
Yeah.
That's
the only thing I've read from him. Like I read Sin City. I watched Sin City, read it, and I went online and found by the other side. I didn't he made like the Dark Knight and he made a Killing Joke, right? Or the Alan? Yeah, he made Killing Joke.
No, that was Alan
Confused
Moore.
with somebody. Yeah, that's what I confused him with. But yeah, I read all that stuff. I mean, I read about that stuff.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's Sin City, so I didn't know about the other stuff.
Yeah,
he does dark stuff.
Even Year One's really good. It's very noir as well.
Year One. I don't think I've read that.
Oh yeah, Batman Year One. It's just 4 issues.
I've heard that. Yeah, I didn't read.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I was reading.
Batman Begins is kind of based off it. So if you
Okay.
like that movie, you might like that story, but it's more noir-ish,
Yeah.
less fantastical than the Nolan book or Nolan movie.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I look at anthologies,
Mhm.
and I had started reading Batman Black and White. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
I think it's called Batman Black and White. Yeah, I started reading that one, the first one, and it seemed really great. If I bought anything Batman, it'd be that. 'Cause I love an anthology. I love an anthology.
Yeah, some of those are amazing too. You get some real pros in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So we're looks like the page is done. So we'll wrap things up. And how I usually wrap things up is I let people know what you're up to and where to find you. So feel free. The floor is yours.
Well, I'm Benjamin Dean. You can find me at The Point of Clicking. That's thepointofclicking.com. And I review indie comics there, mostly crowdfunded. And if you have one on there, or if you made a crowdfunded indie comic, you won't want to check it because I might have a review of it. So that's what I do.
Right on. Right on. And all right, Roberto, let us know who you are, where you can find you.
Okay, you can find me on robertoviacavaillustration.com. By the time this air, I might have the pre-launch page of Nathaniel Fox and Riam Travelers. That's an anthology.
Right on. And as always, I'm Adriano. You can find me at Pesto Comics on all the socials or pestocomics.com. Nice and easy to find me. And more importantly, like, subscribe, do all the stuff you're supposed to do with this internet stuff. Share it widely. Let everybody see our wonderful page that we've done here with Benjamin. Please go check it out. And until next time, we'll see you then. So thank you very much, Benjamin.
Thank you for watching.
Bruno,
Welcome.
we'll see you guys.
Glad to be here.
Thank you, Benjamin. I just I have to rethink a lot of things. My Kickstarters. I learned a lot from a customer perspective.
Thanks.